G'day everyone and welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I know I did. Fresh back from the in-laws, having been very well fed and very well watered for a few days, having no contact with bikes, which is a bad thing. It is a bad thing. I do enjoy my bikes, but it does mean that I spent a lot of time pissing around with the kids and family and sister-in-law, their kids, brother-in-law, yada yada yada. It's been absolutely awesome, but it's leaving me raring to go with the other stuff. As you can see, it's dark o'clock. You can't even see the family motor out there, still with the roof box on. All those years spent playing Tetris has not been wasted. It's the only way I can get the whole family from one place to another. I'll go through some Christmas presents later on, I think, but not right now. But what am I going to do? I'll show you the cover for this later, but I did order it pre-Christmas and it has arrived while we were away. Obviously, fairings are on there. It needs recovering because it's just got tape around the corner. It just looks scruffy. It doesn't need recovering, but yeah, it just that's not my bag. So let's get this into some sort of light and work out what we're going to do with it. I'm not going to recover it in the evening, but what I can do is strip off this old one, which is essentially stapled in. So I'm just going to sit there in front of the telly for an evening once the kids gone to bed, and get rid of those. I do have somewhere, he says, I did have somewhere a staple extractor, but frankly, sharp flat-headed screwdriver and a pair of pliers is just as successful a way of doing it in my humble opinion. But I'm going to get on with that this evening. Cheers all. I'll probably catch up with you in the morning. Right, so one evening in front of the telly, removing staples later, which is a dull job, but has to be done. By removing staples, where are you? Screwdriver, pliers. It's a boring job, but it's done. That is my replacement cover underneath. I've just trimmed it off roughly to size. I could hack away and get it more to size or more to scale. In fact, I will, because too much material is a pain. Where's my scissors? Okay. Right. So, right way up. Good start. Right, what I'm going to try and do is just pin it front and back to start with. Just hold it in the right sort of place, and then I can give it a bit of tension. Right, so how are we looking? Not too bad. Obviously that tension's going to come around from elsewhere. Right, I want to give it a little bit more, I think. Get it tight before each one. It's a bit of guesswork. That's better. Right. Now I'll do one edge and the other, and then start pulling it tight. Oh, sorry, doorbell rang. Just don't get wedded to this, so go round past your original ones. This is what I'm doing now, I'm just taking out the originals and just plugging in something a little bit tighter. I think it's really difficult to get it tweaked like a tweaked thing on the first attempt, but I'm more than happy with the back. Not quite there on this end yet. What I might do, need more that way, so it's coming back round and tightening, tweeter and tweeter and tweeter. But actually, it's getting there. So that's slotted down into the edge. Show how much you can see. I'm now just while it's Christmas season, because my wrapping skills are quite well. My present wrapping skills are quite recently practiced. Right, now be careful on these bits because it is just thin plastic. There's not a lot of sponge material on it, so if you've got your fingers behind it and you're stapling in, just watch yourself. That you don't end up stapling into your finger. I've got loads of material there, but frankly I'm going to be hacking away at that shortly. So not too bothered at the moment. I'm keeping it nice and taut like a tweaker. Can't be a bit of Austin Powers quote. Was a Gold member, I think. I actually watched that in Holland with a Dutch audience in English. Yeah, love the Dutch. Very, very self-deprecating sense of humour, very much like the Brits. They thought it was hilarious. Right. Right. Looking good. Right. Let's go find a really sharp knife. And there we go. One time super sharp knife. Super sharp. Right. Now this top mess. It's just to hack away a bit of what we got. Being really very careful not to kneel on my sharp blade. It really isn't as sharp as it was a couple of minutes ago. Right, so we've got the two, see them, elements there that clip under the seat nuts, under the seat bolt, so just got to make sure that they are clear and not caught up in the cover. At all. One side clear, just get the other one clear as well. Right. Don't like that bit. Right. And there we go. Just going to go and do a test fit, make sure it works. Oh, come on, focus. And there we go. 1 times test fit. Turn a bit of light. Yeah, looks good. It's not locking at... Oh, no, it is locking. It is locking at the moment, but I have got the new locks. So the new lock for the seat lock and the pet cap. And in fact, actually, I'm going to roll the bike back and I'll get that done now. Right, and a few short moments later, I have swapped over the fuel cap. So I now have a lockable and unlockable fuel cap, which is a novelty. Still with a little bit of blue tape around there. I need to get that a bit flatter. I'll have a plate and I have a working seat lock. Oops, that's the wrong way. Ta-da. Look at that. Look at that. Sorted. Now, I did buy a full kit, so I did buy ignition as well, so I could theoretically have the ignition running off. However, I am sure that that is the wrong plug, and I really do not want to piss around with it. So, let's just jump you around the other side and we'll check the ignition still works. It's not, the ignition still works. This bike hasn't moved for a week and a bit. I think 7 days I was away. I have to make sure I've got the right key because I've got 2 on there. Oh. Bearing in mind that's cold, and it's cold and it has been for a while, so I am happy with that. Right, that's me done on the Thundercat. Still not named, but probably Snarf. What do I want to do? I want to get some paint done, but it's just not the conditions for it. Not that I'd be, well, potentially I'll be painting outside, but actually if just for hiking bikes in and out to make space, it's just it's not the day for that. I really wanted to get the seat covering done. I have found a dude that makes up like rear cowlings, like single seat cowlings, and he's going to do one for me for the princely cost of I think 30 quid. I think we agreed on. I think he actually makes them, so I'm quite looking forward to that. So I'm going to have to find a mechanism to cover that up, but it will just, I don't know, make that back look a bit different. It's a bit, I mean, I love the bike, but it is aged. I think it's aged quite well, frankly, but just to slightly change it up a little bit, I think, and then go on with painting the back. I think I've come to a conclusion on what I want to do for the rest. I want to leave the top half black as is, and probably go black on this section and the bottom section. Now, bearing in mind, I'm not going to get the mudguard colour match the orange, so it's just going to be a black bike, and obviously I'm going to have to do something with the tank to get rid of that at some stage, but I'm not actually in a rush for that. Cool. So what's next now? The starter motor has arrived for Kermit for the ZX6R. That's going to be the next job. It's really a question of when, bearing in mind that tomorrow is a Mrs. birthday, so fucking around with bikes on her birthday is probably not the bravest thing that would be the bravest thing I could do, probably not the cleverest thing I can do. And then we start hitting New Year and more visits of families, etc., etc. So I'm not sure when I'm going to get round to Kermit, but frankly, it's to get him on the market, and people don't tend to buy motorbikes on New Year's as a general rule of thumb, so I'm not in too much of a rush. But I wanted to get that done just to get it tied in, and that seat just makes it look so much better. The whole thing looks better already, and now I'm so chuffed that I've got a lockable fuel cap and a lockable seat. Brill. Right, that'll do me for now. Thanks very much for watching all. Yeah, it'll be Kermit next, and then we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. I picked up a few fresh ones over the sort of Christmas period. Welcome, and welcome back to the existing ones. I don't know what I'm going to do with this site. This channel is me pissing around with bikes. It's my hobby. I don't do it for YouTube. YouTube is something that comes along with it. The reason I bring that up is I'm approaching the mythical 1,000 subscribers, which I'm ecstatic about. I love the fact that so many people enjoy watching me fuck around with bikes. It does bring up questions over monetarisation, etc., etc. And I don't know. It's not what I'm doing this for. I'm not doing this for, I'm not doing it for likes. I'm not doing it for views. This is my hobby, and you're joining me on my hobby, and I'm immensely grateful to have the company and the comments. But it's not a money-making venture. It's a hobby. That's what it comes down to it. Right. Thanks very much, all. I shall catch you later on. Ta-da.